Hello boys and girls. Well, we've got a super exciting programme for you today, but before we start, please don't forget to like and subscribe and smack that bell. Well, as you can see, I've made quite a bit of progress with the new Lepin version of the Lego Castle set 10305. We've completed about a third of the building now, and so we'll take a look at that, and also we'll take a closer look at the minifigs which are supplied with the set. There are 22 in all, and I've also supplied some of my own minifigs which I already had, which will go quite nicely with this set, but hold that thought because we'll take a look at the officially supplied minifigs first, beginning with these three figures here. Apologies that some of them are missing limbs because I haven't found them yet in the within the set. So we've got a little chap here which I'm going to call Much the Miller, because I think he goes with the milling wheel, which we'll have a look at in a minute, but obviously I'll put some hands on him at some point. But he's quite a nice little figure, and we've got the skeleton here which will go in the dungeon when that's completed a bit later on. Magisto the Wizard is a little bit lame actually, both on the Lego original and on this Lepin copy. The torso and body are mostly just blank blue colours, but as you might have noticed earlier on, I actually had an existing Magisto Wizard which we can have a look at here. He's a much better version. He's got printed pieces on his hat and on his torso, and he's got a nicer wand. They've given him a Harry Potter wand in the Knight's Castle version, so I think what we'll do is just take this chap's legs off and swap them around with the curved piece at the bottom, if you see what I mean. So there we go. I've cannibalised the bits and pieces of the original wizard and inserted the ones from my version, which now looks much more interesting. Got some nice printed pieces. He's got his belt on round his torso, and he's got his nice wizard's hat with the stars printed on it, so I think that's a much better version. So moving on swiftly to the minifig supplied with the set, I really like the Black Falcon's uniform. I think that blue and black colour scheme is really interesting, and as you can see at the end, we've got a queen figure. She's actually called the Lady in the official Lego set, but I think I'm going to use her as a queen because she's got a nice crown and a cloak. And if you remember, I actually, with my existing minifigs, I've got a king figure there which is very nice, and I think these two will go very nicely together. In fact, I'll put them next to each other so you can have a look. There you go. I think the king and queen of the castle go together quite nicely there, so we'll definitely use that. One does rather like being the king of the castle, whatever that means. As you can see, we've got a sort of peasant lady holding a tankard of beer there as well, that was supplied as one of the 22 minifigs. These two are minifigs which I already had, which are official Lego ones. I think I got them with those ones that you can buy in the supermarket in the little plastic packets. There's a falcon huntress there, and next to that there's a minstrel, which I'm going to use instead of making one of the forest men into a minstrel, which you can do. I'm going to use this blue one because he's got a nice costume, and next to that there's a witch, I think from Harry Potter, but she'll probably go quite nicely in the medieval castle with her broomstick and spell book. So here are the aforementioned forest men. I'm not quite sure who this young person belongs to because he's in a different coloured uniform to the others, so maybe he's either the son of the miller or possibly the peasant's son, or maybe he's even a prince, the son of the king and queen of the castle, but we'll think about that later. I do really like these forest men. I'm going to call them Robin and Marion, because one of them's male and one of them's female, and they've obviously got a daughter here, so they're a nice little family of outlaws, who I shall call Robin and Marion. Well, I really like this peasant farmer who's on his wagon at the moment, and he's got a little ox to draw the wagon. I think that's a really nice little model, and behind him you can see the sort of main captains of the knights. There's the Black Falcon's captain, and there's the sort of lion knight there on his horse. I was thinking if I give them both a spear, they can be having a joust in the courtyard of the castle, which would look quite good. And behind the jousting knights we've got 3 pikemen and 5 knights castle warriors who look really nice in their uniforms. You'll notice that this one's got a rather shinier helmet than the others, because that's actually a real Lego helmet. The others are actually Lepin ones and are a bit dull, so I might try and get some real Lego helmets to replace those with and make it look a bit more shiny. Otherwise I think the colours of the minifigs are not too bad, maybe not quite as bright as the Lego, but I think they're certainly adequate for the task. If we look at these other figures here, again these are figures that I already had, which didn't come with the set. I've done these up as sort of Nordic gods basically. You've got Odin and Frigga at the front there, who are the sort of leaders of the gods. We've got Thor with his hammer, which is from the Marvel universe of course. We've got Freya at the back, and then we've got Tyr, the one-handed warrior god, also known as Chew, from which we get the name Tuesday of course. And on the end there's Loki. Again, this is the version from the Marvel Lego sets. What we could do is maybe rename the castle Valhalla and have these people as the sort of rulers of the castle, but that's something I'll think about later on. Behind those I've got this nice black dragon, which I just found in a random second-hand Lego set that I bought from a charity shop, but that will be quite useful I think in a medieval castle. One slightly annoying thing is that in the Lepin version of the sets they've given us these slightly silly Minecraft bows, which are not really suitable this particular set, so I've got 1 or 2 normal bow and arrow sets here, which obviously I'll substitute for these silly ones. Well, we can have a look in the interior detail of the castle now. We've got quite a bit of it completed. I particularly like this mill wheel here, which actually turns round, and if you notice it turns the millstone inside by way of these gearing system. So that looks really cool, and it works very nicely. I was wondering if the Lepin set wouldn't fit together as tightly as the Lego, but actually the bricks are really good quality. There's a nice sort of bedroom area at the top with a bed. The carpet is not quite finished. I need to find the red bit that goes in the middle, but that will be done. You can see the banqueting table down here. As we mentioned, that's the miller's part there where the flour is made. There's a bag of flour there actually, and I think there's a lump of dough in this room at the top there, which I don't know if you can quite see. I particularly like the music room with the little spinet, sort of forerunner of the piano, and I thought we could put the minstrel in there and make this into the music room with the fireplace there. It's even got a little axe and a box of wood for the fire next to it, and there's the kitchen down there with all sorts of foodstuffs and things, so that looks really cool. And round the side here, I'm not sure what this is. It's a sort of underground room with a map. Maybe the forest people or the outlaws hang out here, because I noticed there's a sort of target there for bows and arrows, so that looks really charming. So yeah, this section is pretty much finished now, so off camera I'll do a bit more building over the next few days, and then we can take a look at the completed castle in due course. Maybe next time we'll have a bit of a break and look at some cars and things that I've built recently as well, which I think you'd be quite interested in. So on that positive note, I'll say live long and prosper. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.